Hello, thank you for clicking onto my channel. Welcome to Komodo Tai Tarot. Today we will be doing a reading for Cancer for the month of July, for the first week of July, dating July 4th through July 10th of 2021. I have the deck tarot cards from Spencer that I bought a while back when I first started out, and we will be using this deck of cards to do your reading today. So okay, my spirit teams, what messages do you have for my Cancerian viewers for the first week of July in terms of their love, career, finances, and personal matters? The good, the bad, the ugly. Okay, we have this in reverse, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like a zombie illustration here. Okay. So let me take a look here. I sense the feeling that for the month of July, the first week, or the month of July in general for you, my Cancerians, is more of like being free-spirited and not being so regimented or stuck or strict on your schedule, so to speak. It's more about play for this month for you, particularly the first week. Because the zombie card, if you think of zombies, okay, they're like walking mindlessly, just wandering, seeking brains, or whatever zombies do. You know, they move quite slowly in their gait, in their movement. But with it in reverse, I feel like you're going to move with more purpose, with more intention, and you're not going to be so focused on just the monetary aspect of things, of life. You're not going to be operating from that state of lack, and by mean of state of lack is that when someone who operates from a state of lack, they're always thinking about money on their mind. Everything that they do, it has to be in such a way where it will generate or bring in money, and whatever that doesn't bring in money, such as like just frivolous play, is not an option, is out of the question for them. Okay, so everything that is done with the purpose of generating income. But for the month of July, I feel like you're not going to be in that state of mind. You're going to want to play. You're going to want to explore. You're going to want to do things just for the sake of doing things, and just for the sake of being stupid, basically. Okay? Because trust me, and it's like, sometimes we almost have to do that, you know, just like live life. The YOLO comes to mind, like you only live once. Live life like you only have one life to live, right? That's what I get the energy from this card, even though it kind of like frightens me a little bit because of the zombie. And I don't really work with this tarot deck all too often, and so when I do work with it, it's like, it's kind of startling that, you know, it's the illustrations of the dead, basically startles me. So it's a very it's a good feel energy that you have coming in for the first week of July, Cancerians. So okay, anything else, my spirit teams? What else? That it's going to fall out. I don't want that many to fall out. I want one at a time, please, if you can. One at a time. Oh, I guess two of Swords and Seven of Pentacles. So we have Two of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. So with the Two of Swords, I'm drawn to the ghost. With the Two of Swords, I'm drawn to a ghost. Okay, and then also the rat that is below it. Um, so, in a sense, the Two of Swords within the traditional tarot deck, it's like of a woman, and then she has the two swords with her arms crossed, and the the sea as her background. And the meaning behind that is that as of someone who is not yet ready to acknowledge or make decisions of which directions they want to take or go in. And so with this Two of Swords, it's quite, it makes sense that the ghost is here. And why I'm so drawn to the ghost is because, I mean, a ghost is just that. You can't see a ghost. So I'm sensing that perhaps maybe you, my Cancerians, are ghosting someone at this time, or not wanting other people to know what you are up to. So you're kind of staying on the down low. You're staying on the down low. You don't want people to know what you're doing or what you have cooking, um, in terms of your career or any aspect of your life, really, because you've come to that point where it's like it's none of their business. Basically, it's none of their business. They don't need to know, you know. So in a way, you're like kind of setting boundaries, because I sense that there are people in your life, particularly perhaps maybe like a mother figure or a feminine energy in your life, but it's very prominent, that I'm getting like a mother figure that's quite strict, and not only that, but it's overbearing, I want to say. And I get the feeling like you feel like your mother is picking on you for the most part, in comparison to, like, let's say your other siblings or your brothers, let's say, right? And so you're kind of like ghosting. You become this ghost, and you don't want anyone to know where your whereabouts are, and you're just going to have fun and do whatever it is that you feel like doing and be free spirited about it. And then with the Seven of Pentacles, the gremlins, it's like the very first thing that I think of when I think of gremlins is mischief. And on here, there's all these like gremlins trying to take apart these wheels here. Okay, so it's like for the first week of July, you just could care less about what other people are thinking about what you're doing, whether it's right or wrong. You just feel like you want to break out from that box that other people is trying to put you in, and you're just like done with this. Say fuck it, I'm going to do what I want to do, and fuck all of you guys. And when you tried to call me, no, I'm not gonna pick up your damn phone. I don't want to talk to you. Like, the fuck, you're just like showing this side of you, because the Cancerians that I normally encounter or I know of, I mean, they're very sweet. They're such a sweetheart. But however, if you cross them, they will let you have it, and they are like so vicious. They're like, I like to compare them to a squirrel, because I used to volunteer at the Wisconsin Humane Society, and there's, in the wildlife department, and they would have squirrels there. And the squirrels, despite the cuteness that comes with them, like you see the squirrels and you're like, oh, the squirrel's so cute, and you want to pet them, you want to interact with them, right? And you never suspect that they could be so damn vicious when you like cross their boundaries or cross the lines, right? Because one time I remember there was another volunteer there that warned me about that. She was like, oh, if you're going to take or clean out the squirrel's cage, like taking out the paper that lines their cage at the bottom, and also their bowl of water and bowl of food, you need to wear gloves, like those really thick leather gloves. And not only that, but don't put your hands all the way through to the ends of the gloves. You have to leave some space where the tips are, because if you put your hands all the way in, the squirrels is going to attack once they see the gloves in their cage, and they're going to attack, like directly attack and bite down on those ends, and it will get your hands if your hands is right there. So never to put the hands in all the way. And sure enough, when I did that, they did attack. Okay, they were all the way towards the back, and they were like clung at the back of the cage. And then immediately when they saw the gloves in their cage taking their food, they literally just like lashed out and just attacked the gloves. In comparison to the opossum looks mean and vicious, and they hiss at you, but that's all it is. It's just a bluff. That's all it is to an opossum. They won't attack you even if you go close to them. Okay, they will not attack you. They'll just hiss. They'll bluff. Because I've seen this happen with he's not a zookeeper, but he works there, the employee, and he was explaining this to me, and he's like, no, they're not like the squirrels. They'll just bluff. And opossums are huge, okay? They're like huge rats, but they're not rats. They're marsupials. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, but yeah, Cancerian people are like that. They're very vicious. If you get on their bad side, they will attack you. And so the Seven of Pentacles with this gremlins, that's what I'm thinking about. Is Seven of Pentacles is about working, like sowing your seed and watching it grow. But with the imagery here, the energy that I'm sensing for this reading in particular is of like mischief. You guys are coming into this energy of mischief, of not caring what other people are saying. If you want to smoke weed, I'm gonna smoke my weed. Okay, that type of shit. I don't smoke weed, by the way. But it's just the analogy, the examples that's coming to me at the moment. So perhaps maybe I'm picking up your energy and attitude while I'm doing this. It's quite funny. But yeah, that's the energy that I'm getting for the first week of July for my Cancerians. Anything else in terms of career? Is there anything in terms of career or even love possibly coming through for the first week of July for my Cancerian viewers? This is too many. One at a time, please. Take this one. We have the Page of Swords, Headless Horseman. So yes. Page of Swords, I'm trying to think. Page of Swords, like with the Headless Horseman, it's giving me this energy, this vibe of, like I said, charging onward with life, not using your head and just doing what it is, whatever it is that you feel with your emotions, just going with your gut feeling, with your, with how you're feeling at the moment. It's a lot like the Fool, and just taking a leap of faith, doing what it is that you want to do and not thinking or planning ahead, just very spontaneous and going with the flow. Like the horse, I'm drawn to the Headless Horseman. Obviously it doesn't have any head, but the way I interpret that is a person who doesn't use their head. They just like go with the flow, like whatever. They just throw all caution to the wind. That's the body language that I'm getting from the Headless Horseman. You see how his arms are arched and his sword is up, and then also his horse. And another thing with horses is that they're very free-spirited too. Like they're free to roam the field, the plains, the grasslands, and they don't have any care in the world. They're very they're one of the most powerful creature to me. And there's more messages coming through for the Page of Swords. Trying to think here. It's stuck at the tip of my brain. I can't seem to retrieve it at the moment. Page of Swords. Traditionally, Page of Swords is of a girl with a sword and looking behind her back, suspicious, having suspicion or not trusting of another. Okay. Any more messages with regards to the Page of Swords? Please clarify the Page of Swords for me, please. There's something more to that Page of Swords, but I can't seem to quite make it out. Knight of Wands in reverse. So I have Hanuman for the Knight of Wands, but it came out in reverse as I was asking for clarifications with the Page of Swords. So there is a particular person in your life that you feel as though they are holding you back. With this Knight of Wands in reverse, they're not up to your level is what I'm hearing. They're not meeting your energies where you're at. They're a Debbie Downer. There may be a Debbie Downer. They might have that Debbie Downer attitude, you know, very pessimistic, whereas you are like more outgoing and positive and fun, and you just want to do fun things, whereas they're like, oh no, I just don't want to, or why would you do that, that's stupid, yada yada yada. And then I don't know, but you might have some sort of suspicions about them too for some odd reason. With this Page of Swords, you might probably don't trust them too well, but they are in your friends group, but it's just a friend that you have to watch your back or watch what you say around them, because you don't trust them with the information that you say, because they are the type of person to be taking bits and pieces of information of what is said, not just from you but from other people. I sense that you probably seen them done this type of stuff to others, and so you kind of are suspicious of them when they're around you, fearing that they might do the same, taking what is being said and then turn around and gossip about that with someone else. And they're just a gossiper. I sense that this person is a gossiper, and you don't trust them because you know that they gossip, and they're the type of person to always like to talk a lot but not really put any actions behind it. They're the type to like talk big on this and that, but then when it really comes down to it, they don't have any results or anything to show for in regards to their own life and in regards to their own achievement, to their experiences and things like that. Whereas you don't really care, you just go out and do what it is that you want to do instead, you know, and they don't like that about you, and they kind of say that you are reckless in a way with how you live life, and you don't, to me, I feel like you're the type of person to live in the present rather than in the future. You don't plan ahead is what this person is thinking. You don't plan ahead for the rainy days, the money that you get through to you. Oh my gosh, this turns into like who's talking about you behind your back. But yeah, I mean, you're the type of person, or from their point of view, is like you don't save for the rainy day. Maybe you do, they don't know that, but by the way your lifestyle, they see it as you probably don't have much money in the bank, and so you just live day by day. Okay, let me get off that subject. Anything else in terms of career? Six of Wands, Six of Wands. Six of Wands. I'm trying to think. Six of Wands in the traditional tarot deck, it denotes victory. Yeah, I'm seeing this traditional Six of Wands in my head with the person riding on a horse, and they are victorious. So for the first week of July, there will be something, some event, occasions coming up that will allow you to feel a sense of victory in your life. Let me take a real good look at the picture again. So there's the star. I'm hearing nothing is what it seems. Nothing is what it seems. What do you mean? Nothing is what it seems, Spirit Guide. What is nothing is what it seems? Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so Six of Wands, you will have, this is what I'm hearing, is so through your play, it will be your source of income. Perhaps this new exploration, this what is play to you is more of like an experimentation of testing the waters and in finding out what is suitable for you, and you're just trying to find different ways. Let's see, how do I want to word it? I feel like, so through play is like work, but instead of working the traditional work that other people might think of as work, it's to you, it's like you're playing, and through that play you're manifesting money. At the same time, you're able to make money and income from the things that you enjoy doing, and so therefore it doesn't seem like work, and it seems more like play, is what I'm getting with the Ace of Pentacles here and the Six of Wands, and you're being quite successful with that. And there are other people who are watching, standing by, and are jealous of that, because, come on, let's face it, I mean, it's hard to achieve that type of lifestyle, or even that type of a way to generate income for yourself to sustain you, okay? So there are many people who, you know, who will be envious of you once you get to that point in time. Not to say that this will happen for the first week of July, but the energy of that propelling you there is there. And some of you may very well, you know, be working on something or have something cooking in the background that will most likely be ready in the month of July for you to showcase it off to the world, and that will bring in money and success for you for the month of July. So take it as it resonates with your situation, because I know are a lot of people watching or coming through with different backgrounds and experiences in the world, and also the Queen of Cups. So we have the World, which is an infinite sign with the dragon here, and also the Queen of Cups. Now normally I just take 8, but it came out 2. The World came out, and then the Queen of Cups came out. So I'm going to take them both. And again, the Six of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, the World is in your hand, okay? and the Queen of Cups, and you will be so like content emotionally, and you will be quite nurturing to yourself as well, because Queen of Cups is like this motherly figure, you know, very nurturing, very kind and compassionate, and in tune with her emotions. um and I'm seeing here that with the Queen of Cups, you will have this sense of contentment in your in the place that you're in for the month of July, on the first week of July. So this is the energy that's coming through for you, Cancerians. And I'm going to take this Earth Magic Oracle cards and see what the spirit teams want to advise you with before we click off here. Okay. All right. Spirit teams, what messages, what advice do you have for my Cancerian viewers for the first week of July? What do they need to know and be aware of? So I have purification, the rain, for you. So, very first thing that came is detoxification. So any bad habits, anything that you do, like in terms of like sleeping late for one, drinking too much caffeine, or relying or being too dependent on caffeine. I get the sense that some of you might have some kind of like a headache or a migraine problem, which can be related to caffeine intake as well. So perhaps you can cut down on those caffeine consumption and drink more water to help hydrate your body. Okay, water is very important, and it helps in a way to cleanse. And I see here that perhaps now with all of these good energy coming through this reading, I also sense like this heavy tone behind it as well, as I mentioned before, about how you're just going to do whatever you want and just throw all caution to the wind. It stems from a feeling of a sense of oppression, I guess, and this type of behavior, I feel like it's a form of retaliation, but not really a retaliation. It's more like I'm so sick of, you know, people telling me how to live my life, do this, do that, and I just want to be myself. And so it's that energy of wanting to break free from all of that, and it stems from that heaviness of the past, from all these people around us. And sometimes we have family members, even, who means well for us, you know, and they want us to do well in life, and so perhaps they project their expectations and their standards that they have for themselves, that they kind of have not accomplished for themselves, but they because they had us, for instance, let's say if they were a parent figure, they vicariously live through their children, and they impose those standards and expectations that they had for themselves in the past, but they weren't able to achieve it, and so now they're imposing those standards onto their children and wanting them to meet their standards and expectations, and that can put a lot on a person, and it can be quite oppressive in a way, and straining on relationships. So I feel that you have come a long way with dealing with that type of energy and toxicity in your surrounding environment, in your families, and sometimes even amongst friends, as well as I was saying with the Hanuman in reverse, which I believe there are one or two people in your friend group that are that doesn't really have your best interest at heart. Okay, and for you to detox detox from all of those negativity, release whatever negative thought patterns, behavioral patterns that you've developed in order to cope with these types of toxic environments. Release all of that, okay? That's what the brain card is saying, the messages. And dance, just dance, be free, and celebrate this new era in your life, this newfound energy that's coming into your life, okay? When we dance, it's a form of expression. And we have two that came out, so we're just going to take, I'm going to take these two cards here. It says fire, passion, and the tsunami. It's a wake-up call. And dancing is a form of celebration. It's a release. It's also very healing in a way, because it allows for you to express yourself physically, okay, through dancing. I mean, there's different types of dancing techniques, you know, whether it be break dancing, hip hop, or whatever kids do these days. I speak like an old spinster. Okay, and fire, you know, and just to have passion in your life, bring that passion back. Do whatever it is that you can. For instance, to begin with the dance, and also this energy of giving no fucks. Okay, anything that you can do to bring that passion, to bring that sense of renewal back into your life, to make you feel alive again, instead of feeling like you're living just to serve a purpose for other people and not living for yourself, but you're living for other people. And that's not the way to live, okay? And tsunami, this is the wake-up call. So it takes a lot. Okay, you know how like tsunami is earthquake underwater, under the ocean, and an earthquake is caused by tectonic plates rubbing or colliding against one another, and all that pressure builds up underneath it, creates like this ripple effect, the tides causing the, and in a sense, if you want to speak in a symbolic term, the ocean, the body of water is already kind of like the cups, okay? It represents our emotions, all of that, and underneath it is the earth, which is the tectonic plates colliding up against each other, building its pressure, and all of a sudden it breaks. The pressure just gives in, and the emotion just erupts into this tsunami. And you know, when we have this catastrophe, this natural disaster, so to speak, this newfound revelation within ourselves through our tower moment, that is so sudden and abrupt that it causes this epiphany, this revelation, this realization that why are we here? What for? What purpose? Or how do we want others to remember us, you know, in this life when we leave? Because you can't take anything with you when you leave, you know. All you can leave behind is your memory, your legacy, to those who lives you touched or come into contact with. And then if you're rich, yeah, you can leave money and heirlooms and things like that, properties, perhaps estates, to your family. But you know, not everyone is rich like that. But yeah, that's all it is. I mean, like, this is your wake-up call. It is time to take action, to live your life how you want to. This is the week that all of this will start to come up into your life for you to face, confront, and acknowledge, and make that decision of, is this do I want to live the life? Sorry, you would probably hear that. That's the shooting of fireworks. Is this the life that I want to live? I mean, it's secure. It's a 9-to-5 job. They have retirement funds. They have this, they have that. They have health insurance. And it's all about security and feeling safe financially. But are you truly happy with what you're doing in order to maintain that security in a sense. I mean, you can still maintain security by creating an opportunity for yourself to pursue a life or a career path that will still sustain you just as much as a 9 to 5 job can. So it's up to you to decide for this first week of July. It will be coming up to the surface. That's the energy that I'm getting here. And this is the messages from the Spirit for you to think about what it is, about life, about the meaning of life to you and how you want to live it. So this is all that I have for you, my Cancerian viewers. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it resonates with your individual situation. And if it does, please feel free to leave a comment, a like, and subscribe. And if it doesn't, I don't mind if you leave a comment. I'll read it. If it's constructive criticism, I'll welcome it with open arms. However, I need to ask that you keep it respectful. Yep, and that is it. And I will see you next time. Hopefully you drop by again in my next posting. Bye.